Get into today's video then, guys. Show guy wants to delete himself because he can't clap cheeks. Oh wow, what a thought process. What a thought process.
So I'm a loser, man.
Why does this guy have to be so self-deprecating, dude? Why are you gonna talk to yourself like that?
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I'm gonna keep it a stack, bro. Um,
Now, here's my question, if we're gonna get into this video for real. What did you think was gonna happen? Like, is on one hand, he's completely reinforcing the idea that he might actually be a loser when in reality he's not. He's one thought away from actually being a complete winner. So did he think that we were going to praise him? Did he think for some reason somebody was going to come out and like look at this video of pity and be like, you know what? I'm gonna actually let you clap. Like, what did he think was going to happen here?
I wasn't purposely trying to become a loser or anything along those lines, but I don't know. I kind of saw me going down the least popular path in life.
At first, I thought this was a joke because of the title. The title's called "I'm a Loser." It is what it is. Shout out to the short and bald dude, but hey, this is actually serious.
And I don't know. I just didn't steer clear from it, man. I just kept on going. Like I seen I was going the wrong way and just said, I'm already on this downtrodden path, so I'm gonna continue. Type that's really how I was. And I'm a loser, not in the sense that, I'm unproductive or don't do anything useful in my life. I still work a full-time job as of right now. Definitely have a pretty good savings. I'm financially savvy, smart. You know what I'm saying? My finances are in order.
So listen to what he's saying. A lot of dudes are doing the right things. You have a job, you're responsible, you're gainfully employed, you actually save money. It's a lot who can't save any money. That's a success in itself. But the guy who is probably unlike many Americans with being responsible is still calling himself a loser, although it appears he's doing the right thing. I have no idea what he's talking.
Here's the problem, though. Here's the caveat for all y'all out there. Let me tell you something about money. Money doesn't necessarily solve your shorty problem, okay? Let's say you can't get shorties. That is not a factor based on you having a lot of, like, money has nothing to do with how many shorties you're going to bag, okay? And I mean that outright. I really, really mean that. And I want everyone to understand that having a lot of money doesn't necessarily mean you're going to bag a lot of shorties. Let's say you're a nerd, right? And then you get a lot of bread really quickly on that Bitcoin, whatever meme coin thing. You're still going to be a nerd. Now you just have a lot of money. So however you were acting before you had bread, money is only going to magnify that. So that's all money does. Money is a magnifier. And it doesn't, listen, the nigga who has no bread can still be the nigga who's taking down baddies. It's all about the mindset of the person, right? So don't go out here thinking, yo, just because I'm fully liquid, I have bread here, I have investments there. Like, don't think that for a second that that's really going to solidify you. You know what I mean? The problem with this young man is that in his mind, in his psyche, he can't get over the idea that he's probably had a few little stumbling blocks where he made errors, but instead of course correcting, he kept falling into that trap. He kept falling into this belief that he was quote unquote a loser, to the point which led him to this point now where he went on the internet and made a video declaring himself a loser. Like, think about that. This is probably like 360 days out, even more, of this mental thinking that has accumulated over time.
Talking about when he says he's going down the wrong path.
Finances are in order like that, but I don't really have hobbies, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, y'all gonna say I'm crying about my hype, but it is what it is, bro. Like, this is a common reoccurrence on this channel at this point, so I don't know. I just found out my cooked. I just found out I'm romantically cooked as far as my SMV goes because of immutable characteristics. Keyword hype. You know what I'm saying? And
what? Yo, that's what what was I saying? I said the man's mental process is messed. Yo, there's niggas that are 5'5", 5'3", taking down baddies, 7 feet tall baddies. Obviously, that's a hyperbole, but you know what I'm talking about. That's what, your mental state has everything to do with how you go about doing things in life. Like, if he had this mental state that he was the guy, he was Thor, he was He-Man, he was the man, his magnetic energy would dictate as that and say, okay, and everybody else around him would say, yeah, this is the guy. Even though he doesn't look like it, because he comports himself like he is the guy, the universe would have no other reason but to reflect that into his life. Yo, y'all need to slow down with how we're going about talking to ourselves here as men, bro. This is crazy.
And I don't know, that kind of led me going down the wrong path, man. And it left me feeling like complacent with where I am in life. And don't get me wrong, I'm in a very comfortable spot in life, but it's like, I feel like you should never be complacent in life, because once you're complacent, I feel like that's when death comes earlier.
Oh, okay. So he's short. Obviously, he's bald. So because he's short, he's sexually cooked. Maybe that means that he feels like he shouldn't try harder, because since he's sexually cooked, it's almost like whatever he does financially or educationally wise, it won't matter because he's always going to be short. So then why should he try to get more out of life?
Once you're complacent, I feel like that's when death comes earlier. That, you know, and I kind of do want to get this simulation over with. But anyway, that's besides the point. I don't know, man. I kind of...
Wait, simulation, bro? Hold on, wait, go stop the show. You want to get what over with? Bruh sounding like you can tell something. This is really bothering dude, man. So like I said, man, you never know what men are going through. Men, mental health is down bad. It sounds like this dude might be on the path to self-deletion. I'm not sure, but
I feel like I let my younger self down, but not really so much in a sense, because I didn't know that height would be this drastic to overall.
Bro, he's making it a problem. Yo, he's making it an issue. He just keeps going on and on and on about it, dude.
Life quality for men. So it's like, you know, I couldn't foresee what I'm experiencing now as a child. But I don't know. Like I said, I really don't have a social life. I don't have friends or anything like that. And I'm not complaining about it. I'm not I'm not on that type of time with it. I actually don't mind it. You know, I'm fine with it. You know, it's called being self-actualized, self-realized, and, you know, understanding and accepting who you are as a person. And I kind of came to this realization a couple years back that, yeah, I might be a loser, man, because why don't I have friends, bro? Why don't I have friends? Why don't I have a social life? Why don't I have hobbies outside of making money? Really, my only hobby is doing crypto, which is, of course, I got into crypto to make money. Like, I got into crypto back when I was in college.
okay. So his problem is just not women. His problem is like anti-social. Because let me just say this. It don't really matter how short or how tall you are, right? If you're a likable person, your chances are extremely higher.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's exactly my thought process throughout this whole thing. I'm like, bruh, what are you talking about? Like, if you just put yourself in a situation where every weekend you decide, I'm going to do one social thing. Every Saturday, you just say, I'm going to go do something social out. Whatever the case might be, maybe you go to meetups, things of that nature. You just go outside. There's no way you're not going to be able to find somebody to be able to speak to, bro. Listen, as any dude who spends time making money and that's their whole thing, I can attest and tell you that, yeah, if you're always going to be inside making money, your social life is going to suffer. But if you make it a mandate that every weekend, some point, I have to go be outside doing something, that's okay. Because then it allows you to be outside and be social and talking with people, this, that, and the fourth, and it allows you to break this cycle of saying, oh, woe is me, is because of my height. No, nigga, it's because you don't go outside.
To clap cheeks. Like, if people like you and they want to work with you, it's easier for you to build the world that you want to see. And as a man, it don't really matter how tall you are. You can build what you want in life. Like, for example, I got a homeboy. He just went to this big video game festival in like Orlando. They've been having it there for like, I don't know, like 10 years, 15 years, something like that. And the dude that started it was literally in his garage. And this is not like the founder of this dude is not like like a really like handsome guy or something like that. But because it's his convention, he can almost clap anything he wants. He does it once a year. So it's not going to matter anymore that he's not attractive or he's short or he's fat. He's creating the world that he wants to see. But if nobody likes you and you don't have a hold on. But if nobody likes you and you have a hard time making friends, it's hard to get women when nobody likes you because you're antisocial.
Before this bull run even started, type is back. You know what I'm saying? I was writing 8-page papers on crypto, just hoping to make it, and then eventually I would make it, which is crazy to me. It's truly a blessing. But you know, I forgot what this whole video was about for real. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Still feeling a a little under the weather, so that's affecting my voice. Hope y'all don't mind. But anyway, in regards to what I was talking about, I don't really have a social life. I'm saying I never felt it imperative, especially as an adult. Like maybe when you're younger, you kind of want a social life and you kind of want to connect with different souls in this universe. But for me, it's just whatever, bro. I mean, it ain't. I'm not fully opposed to having friends.
Okay, then this is what I'm saying, bro. He's in this vicious cycle. This is a vicious cycle, bro. He doesn't go outside, so then he thinks. Then his thoughts get into his mind of, oh, I don't go outside, I'm a loser, and then the thoughts just continue perpetuating. Oh, I don't go outside, I'm a loser. Yeah, and then he reinforces his thought of I'm a loser. So I don't go outside. Boom, antisocial. I bald. Boom, here. Oh, what's it called? I'm short. Okay, boom. And it just this vicious cycle because he is his own soundboard. He becomes his own soundboard of reinforcing these terrible ideologies. And then he digs himself deeper and deeper and deeper into this crevice and hole because he's not able to think outside of his own programming that he is instilling in himself. If he stepped outside, niggas would be like, oh, yo, bro, you're actually pretty chill. Oh, yeah, he's actually a nice guy. And then you start getting these ideologies based on what other people are saying, based on a different feedback loop. So you don't start, oh, yeah, I am actually a nice guy. Oh, yeah, I am actually this. Oh, yeah, yeah, but you won't know that if you're going to spend all day inside doing crypto, bro. God damn it.
Bonding with other people, but it's just, I don't really care for it. Like,
okay, so the guy is confusing. On one end, his life is cooked. He's okay with not having friends, or sometimes even women, but he wonders, why don't he have a social life? So in one aspect, he cares, and then he doesn't care. I don't know, man. Like, the guy's kind of going back and forth. Let me just say this. I don't care how old you are. Having friends or acquaintances is not just a teenage thing. Look, I live in Uganda, you know what I mean? And I have friends here in the American diaspora community. I have friends that are in the Ugandan community. You need friends. You need to be around people that genuinely like you and can do stuff for you. There's nothing wrong with having that value exchange with somebody, male or female, in your life. But you got to stop acting as if it doesn't bother you when it does. If you want friends, you want people in your life, you want to interact, you have to actually try to do that instead of trying to make excuses. Like at one point you don't want to do it, then you come back and say, oh, okay, well, I ain't tripping. It's fine. But then, well, why don't I have it? You got to make an effort. Otherwise, you'll end up like this guy being complacent because you just keep telling yourself it's okay. That's why he's complacent.
Give or take, and I'm likely gonna leave that on the table. I don't really care for relationships or friendships like that. I mean,
but you just said that you want relationships and friendships. You made a whole video about it. Again, man, like, some of y'all gonna have to be serious about what you want in life. It bothers you that you don't have it, but you don't really take it seriously, but you're making a video about it. Whole bunch of girls are like that. Oh, I don't want a boyfriend. I don't want a husband. Oh, but I wish I had one. But you're not making any efforts towards so it doesn't happen for you.
Relationships, as in platonically speaking. You know what I mean? Like, I'm definitely down to meet new women, have sex with them.
Okay, this video we're going to keep running around in circles. My guy, listen, it's very simple. If this is what you want, then go after it and do it. If you don't want it, then don't do it. It's very quite black and white. As I'm sorry for what this man is going through. Obviously, we all go through different situations and we have past experiences to sort of reflect on to be able to circumvent these situations, but not all of us do. So to this young man, all I can really say, bro, is go outside. Go outside once a week. Start doing little meetups, do little crypto meetups with other crypto people, and then get inside their friend circle group. And then they're going to start inviting you to things that involve you meeting people is very easy, bro. It's very easy. It's very easy. Whatever niche or thing that interests you, start linking up with people that are in that niche of yours. Other men, start linking up with them, pause. And then they will be like, yo, you're actually a chill dude. I'm doing this kickback on this day. I'm going over here on this day. Do you want to come through? Yeah, I'm gonna come through. Then you go to their little events that they're doing, their little meetups, their little kickbacks, their little parties. You start introducing yourself to other people that are there, preferably girls. And then when you're doing that, these people say, oh yeah, you're actually a cool guy. Oh, he's actually cool. You know who we should invite out again? That guy. You know, it's very easy. Life is very easy, bro. Okay? Stop. I'm done with this video, bro. This guy's gonna give me a headache. He's gonna make me think that I'm a loser, dude.